Sam Elliott, the man, the mustache, the legend. We all know him for that deep, rough voice, his tough guy charm, and of course the 1989 movie Roadhouse that made him the cool, rugged hero we still love today. But what if I told you he kept a big secret the whole time he was filming, through every kick, every punch, and every famous line? You can see the influence of martial arts expert Benny the Jet Urquidez in the movie's awesome fight scenes, like the huge bar showdown where Patrick Swayze's character Dalton fights a bunch of bad guys who are messing up the place. The fighting looks like a wild, crazy dance. The punches, kicks, and even things like bar stools and bottles all flow together perfectly. It's super exciting to watch. Benny's work helped make Roadhouse a cool mix of karate-style fighting and classic American tough guy stuff. The fights feel real but fun, and they set the style for a lot of action movies that came after. That's why Roadhouse is still a cult classic everyone loves. To understand the movie, you have to know Roadhouse was no normal film set. The actors did almost all their own stunts. Patrick Swayze trained hard in kickboxing, so the action looks real and full of energy. Everyone was hooked watching Dalton fight. But while all that was going on, Sam Elliott's secret was there the whole time. Nobody could see it, but it changed everything. The movie mixes hard action with real feelings, and even quietly feels like an old Western. The kind of movies Sam Elliott fans already loved. The idea for Roadhouse came from writer David Lee Henry, visiting a small-town bar in real life. That made the story feel true. Patrick Swayze's character Dalton is named after the town Dalton, Georgia, where that bar was. Those real details make the whole thing feel like a real piece of America that anyone can relate to. The story of a bouncer who has clean up. A wild bar in a small town just feels timeless. Fun fact, Roadhouse was filmed in some of the same spots as the 1980s movie 48 Hers, the movie that started the buddy cop genre and made Eddie Murphy a huge star. The same parking garages where Dalton parks his Mercedes are where Eddie Murphy's character parked his car in 48 Hers. It's cool how two totally different movies can use the exact same places. Starring in Roadhouse meant Patrick Swayze had to say no to some huge movies. He turned down Tango Cash, the part went to Kurt Russell, and Predator 2, the part went to Danny Glover. He also got hurt pretty bad on the Roadhouse set and had to recover for months, so he couldn't do those other films anyway. It just shows how crazy and unpredictable Hollywood can be and how much actors give up for one role. Even with those missed chances, playing Dalton is still one of the most important roles of Swayze's whole career. When they were casting the movie, Annette Bening was first picked to play the doctor and Dalton's girlfriend, Doc Clay. But Patrick Swayze said he didn't feel any spark or chemistry with her, so they replaced her with Kelly Lynch. That switch turned out perfect. Kelly and Patrick had amazing chemistry on screen. Kelly's Doc is strong, smart, gentle, and can totally handle herself in the middle of all the bar fights. Their love story became a big, important part of the movie. You can tell they really connected while filming. Their scenes feel real and sweet. That chemistry didn't just happen because of good casting. Patrick and Kelly became friends on set, and that real friendship shows up every time Doc helps Dalton when he's hurt or down. The switch actually worked out great for Annette Bening, too. Right after she left Roadhouse, she got the lead in The Grifters and got nominated for an Oscar. But nobody else could have played Doc ill. Kelly Lynch did. She made the doctor feel like a real person with feelings, not just the hero's girlfriend. All the casting choices, especially bringing in Kelly, show how important it is for actors to click together. That connection made the whole movie better, and helped make Roadhouse a classic that still feels good to watch today. As they kept filming, Patrick Swayze added his own real toughness to Dalton. During one stunt, he got hurt and needed a big bandage on his stomach. He just kept it hidden under the famous tank top, so they didn't have to stop shooting. Now we can't picture Dalton without that tank top. It makes him look even tougher, and it came from a real injury. After Dirty Dancing made him a superstar and total heartthrob, tons of female fans started showing up on the Roadhouse set just to see him. Security had a hard time keeping them away, but Patrick stayed cool and professional the whole time. That helped make his performance legendary. Kelly Lynch wanted her doctor character to feel real, too. She spent weeks in a real hospital following doctors and nurses around, learning how to act like one, even medical words, and how doctors' manners. In the scenes where she's fixing up hurt people after fights, she looks like she really knows what she's doing. Roadhouse also sneaks in some Western movie vibes. Sam Elliott's character, Wade Garrett, has the same last name as the real-life sheriff, Pat Garrett, who killed Billy the Kid. It's a quiet little nod to old cowboy movies and gives Wade that wise, been-through-everything feel that Sam Elliott does so well. The amazing fight scenes are mostly thanks to Benny the Jet Urquidez. He worked with stars like Jackie Chan before, and he made the Roadhouse fights look real and powerful, but also smooth and cool. Even with all the planning, funny surprises still happened. Kelly Lynch spent a whole month learning how to stitch real wounds for her doctor role. But when it was time to film, they just used a regular stapler on screen instead. Movie magic. Here's a wild one. Steven Seagal actually auditioned for a part in Roadhouse, but he didn't get it, and now says he can't even remember which role he tried for. For advertising, they used the perfect tagline, "The dancing's over, now it gets dirty." It reminded everyone of Dirty Dancing, but promised something way tougher. Patrick Swayze even wrote and sang 2 songs for the Roadhouse soundtrack, Cliff's Edge and Raising Heaven and Hell Tonight. It showed he wasn't just an actor and dancer, he was a real musician, too. The first version of the movie was super long, almost 3.5 hours. Sam Elliott says the first cut was 3 hours and 20 minutes. They ended up cutting out more than an hour to make it 114 minutes. A tighter movie that keeps you excited the whole time. When Roadhouse first came out in 1989, critics had mixed feelings. Some loved the action and Patrick's charm, others thought the story was silly. But over the years, it became a huge cult favorite that people still quote and love today. It didn't make crazy money at the box office at first, but the fans kept it alive. There was even a straight-to-video sequel in 2006 about Dalton's son, not nearly as good, and an off-Broadway musical that fans liked more. There were talks about a reboot with Ronda Rousey, but that never happened. Roadhouse is way more than just an 80s action movie. It's got hidden stories, real injuries, perfect casting swaps, music from Patrick, Western hints, and fights that still look awesome. Whether you've seen it 100 times or it's your first, there's always something new to love about this classic. Thank you for coming along on this fun trip through everything that makes Roadhouse so special. From the wild bar fights to the real heart and chemistry between the actors, every little piece came together to make a movie. People still can't stop watching decades later. Roadhouse forever.